Hello guys, welcome. So in this session we will discuss about select statement. So in a very good logical sequence we will try to burst everything regarding select statement in all possible dimensions and practice queries. So without any delay, let's begin the session. SQL is a DDL command, that is a data definition language command. That means we call it as a data definition language command because no manipulation of data happens. So whatever the things that are performed using the select statement will not affect the actual database. That means it is used only for the display purpose. A select query is used to record, used to display or retrieve, access the records from the table. So we can retrieve complete table data or only specific rows of data, and we can also specify some conditions by using a where class from one table or combination of tables as well. So we'll see all possible dimensions one by one. So this is a basic syntax. The select statement: select column 1, column 2 from table name. For example, I want to select student name and student ID from the student table. Select student ID comma student name, that is a column name, whatever you have given, from the EMP table, from the student table. That's it. So this is a general syntax. So it can also followed by group by class, order by class, where class, based on the requirement. So the first dimension would be displaying data from single table. So in this we are concerned with only one table. So we can the first dimension in this would be display all records present in the table using the select statement. So how can you do that? We have a table called EMP. I have to display all the rows present in the table. So simply select asterisk from EMP. That's it. Select a star asterisk from EMP. If you run this, the inserted data would be displayed. So we have 7 rows of data which is viewed in 8 columns. Whenever you are using asterisk, you are not allowed to use any other operations or any other column names or any functions. The next dimension: display only specific columns using select statement. See, sometimes we need not display all the rows, all the columns present in the table. For example, I need to display only e-name, salary, department number and EMP number. I want to exclude job, MGR and hire date from the EMP table. So what I will do, just you can specify in any order. So data, the columns are also displayed in the order you specify. There is no such order that you must go in the original order of the columns in the table. So EMP number, e-name, I don't want job, so you can skip anyway. There is no specific order. Sal and D. So these are not case sensitive. So column names need not be case sensitive. In fact, entire SQL is not a case sensitive language. So uppercase and lowercase doesn't matter at all. So that you will get the same order. Data is displayed in the same order. EMP number, e-name, MGR, salary, department number. So you can select even one column to all columns explicitly. So this is a second approach how you can use a second select statement. Third approach in this dimension would be retrieving records based on some conditions. So generally we will use where class. So how can we do that? Again, here also, whenever you filter the data by using where class, you can either select all the records or you can also select specific records. That's not at all an issue. So here I will try to select all the records from EMP. For example, I want to display the details of employees only working in the department number 20. So select star from EMP where DEP number equal to 20. So 4 records are displayed. That means the data has been filtered by using the equality condition of department number. That means only when department number is 20, that is there is a condition is true, then only that particular row is displayed, otherwise it is excluded. So we can be much more specific about this where class data filtering when we discuss exclusively about where class. Okay, and the second dimension would be performing some calculations on the column using the select statement. So while displaying, we can use some basic arithmetic operations on the column data based on the requirement. For example, you need to find annual salary from the employee table, provided annual salary column did not be existed, because that you can calculate from the salary multiplied by 12, right? So simple arithmetic operations can be done along with the select statement upon column data. So for example, I need to select sal from EMP, so this would fetch you the salary column. So if I perform sal plus sal stars 12, sal into 12, it would be annual salary. So for example, ename job high date sal comma sal star 12 would be annual salary. So you can give the names as well, or else you can hide it. For example, if you don't mention as annual sal, the name of the column would be sal into 12. So if you specify the name, this would be overridden with annual salary comma department number from EM, right? So sal, and this is annual sal column. So 5 into 12 6. So each and every column would be multiplied of the salary column would be multiplied by 12 and displayed. So like this you can also perform operations on any column. It's not that you need to perform operations on a single column. You can perform operations on single column, multiple columns, as any column as well. For example, I'm displaying 10% of salary as bonus, so can use the same column again and again. Nothing wrong. So for example, what will happen, 500 will be added. Again, still you can display salary column, original salary column. So these changes are not done in the original database table. That is only for display purpose, right? So you can perform this on any number of columns and any number of times in the same column as you want based on your requirement as. So this is a second dimension. The last one would be very important, that is we can retrieve data from multiple tables as well, right? So it's not that generally data is retrieved from single table. There are certain situations at the project level that you need to retrieve data from more than one table. It can be 2 tables, it can be 3 tables. There is no restriction that you need to display data only from one table. So how can we do that? Select star from EMP, select star from GEPT. So DEPT is a different table and EMP is a different table. So I'm displaying these 2 tables, separate queries but in a single execution. So here this is my EMP table with 7 rows, and this is my DEPT table which is having 3 columns and 4 rows. Okay, this is separate, both the queries are separate and nowhere related, but I am performing this in a single execution, right? So next what I will do is that I will use only one select statement. Here what I will do, ename comma EMP number comma, I want to display ename and EMP number from the EMP table, and what I will do, I will display department name and location, department name and location from the DEPT table. Gname can location from EMP and DEPT. So these 2 columns are from EMP table and these 2 columns are from DEPT table. So actually this concept is related to join, so we will be more specific over there. So just for basic understanding, so if you execute this query, so you will get 28 rows. Why? Because each and every row of the EMP table is added with all the 4 rows of the DEPT table with dname and location. For example, if you consider employee number King, so he will be added with Dallas, he would be added with Chicago, and he would also be added to Boston, and he would also be added to New York. So he one particular record is added with all the other 4 records, all other possible 4 records of the opposite tables. This is the concept of cross join actually. So we can discuss it further in the coming sessions. So that's it, friends. So let's summarize for what we have discussed. So select is a DDL command. So whatever the operation, data is not manipulated, the data is just displayed. So it is used to retrieve records from one table as well as multiple table as well. So we have discussed the general syntax. So we have 3 different dimensions of using the select. The first dimension would be displaying data from single table, that is displaying all the records on all the columns and displaying only specific columns in the second approach of the first dimension. And the third approach of the first dimension is to retrieve records based on some specific condition. Next one would be performing some calculation. This is the second dimension. So we can perform some simple operations upon the columns while displaying data, and this operations will not affect the actual database tables and also for display purpose only. The third dimension would be retrieving records from multiple tables. Hope you have enjoyed the session, friends. If you have any queries, you can reach us, so we will definitely help you out. So keep practicing whatever we have discussed so far. See you in the next session.